I'm not trying to get much better at poker. You know, there are small things I'm always working on. One is stealing what I call orphan pots. Sometimes, like, there's a small raise or only limps of a straddle, and no one really looks interested in the pot. I could be stealing more of those. I'm always thinking about my sizing also, going a little lower on bluffs. So when your bluff fails, it was cheaper. You know, when you win, it doesn't matter. But when you fail on your bluff, it was a little cheaper. You save a little money. Always going a little higher when you're betting for value. If a guy snap calls 75, you should have bet more. Jamin says that. If you get snap called on the river, trying to get called by worse, you didn't bet nearly big enough. You should be betting so big that the guy has to think about it. So I'm always thinking about sizing, and there's a few small areas I'm always trying to improve. I'm not trying to make like major changes to my game. I'm not trying to like create a 4 betting range. I'm not trying to work on my like river check raise all ins as a bluff. I have done that not so often, but it's not like going to become a massive part of my game in the future. It's mid-October. I've already made more than I'm going to spend this year. I don't need to spend every spare second of my day improving at poker. If you want to try to become better at poker than Patrick Antonius, you could play and you can study and you can spend every second of every day trying to improve. I'm not going to stop you from doing that. Go for it. I'm not trying to do that. I used to be unable to beat home games against moron teenagers. There were a lot of years in my life where I spent a ton of time playing and a ton of time studying. I've gotten from that bad, where I couldn't win a home game, to as good as I am now. But my days of studying around the clock and using Poker Stove and Flopzilla and trading sites, those days are over. Instead of trying to squeeze every cent I can out of the tables, I'd rather explore other forms of income. Like YouTube, that's poker related. I'd rather explore other forms of income that have nothing to do with poker. As it is, I have a couple other small forms of income that have nothing to do with poker. I have ideas for others also that I'd like to explore in the future. I'd also like to use the free time I have away from the tables to just enjoy life in ways that have nothing to do with making money. I spent a day this year in Palm Springs hanging out with my parents. They were near Vegas. I spent that week in North Dakota, South Dakota, Idaho. That was fun. I tried to see the field at the Fargo Dome, didn't get on. I did see the field at Boise State, didn't actually step on the field, but I saw it from the outside. I'm gonna spend about a month at the end of the year at my parents' house around the holidays. There are things with my free time I enjoy doing that have nothing to do with making money and have nothing to do with poker. If you want to try to play in Ivy's room every night that a game runs in Ivy's room, you're allowed to spend every waking second trying to get better at poker. That's fine, but you don't need to do that. Your journey in poker can be from novice to a skill level about where I am, where you know you put in this many hours, you'll make enough money that you need to pay your bills and your taxes, and all the other time you have not spent on training sites, not spent with poker software, just enjoying your life in other ways, or trying to make money in ways that have nothing to do with this game. So I'm not trying to get that much better at poker.
Yeah, I got it at the stadium in May.